I left school when I was 10 years old to look after my mother. She was very ill. When my mother gets better, my parents pushed me to go back to school, but I chose to stay and look after my parents because I feared of losing my mother. When we moved here to New Zealand, I can see how important of making the right choices, also the importance of education. It is essential that the choices that we make today will benefit us in the future. According to my poor choices that I made to stay from school, I have no brighter future, but I never regret my time that I spent in to look after my parents. When we first moved here, I don't know how to speak in English or communicate with anyone else than someone. I don't know how to find a good job because I don't have any good qualifications. But a few years ago, the only job I have is to work at the farms in the sun and rainy days. I also do cleaning. This job are physical work and I have no progressing or get any good future from this job. And I will stay at the same level if I can't do some action about it, as every night I have sore body from working hard and only get a small money. I can see the importance of educations and making the right choices. I will share with you a few steps it will help us to make the right choices and the importance of educations. First, create a constructive plan. What do you need to do or to become in the future? Second, research or investigate in detail for more information what you are going to achieve them and how long it will take and how much it will cost. Third, set a daily goal, short-term goal, and long-term goal to work on it. When you achieve your small goals, it means you can achieve your higher goals too. I was thinking if we can apply the statistic tools, it will help us to make the right choices. We need to understand the problem and the consequences of our choices that we are going to make. We need to identify variables and assumptions for what we are going to use while we pursue our goal or education. Apply the quantitative tools to know your budget and what is the right thing to spend and stay with your means. Make informed decision to know what is good for you. You can go ahead with what you think is the best for you and evaluate your choices and start to do some action to achieve them. When you achieve some of your goals, checklist them so you can see how far you come and you can see your progressing. It will help to motivate you to work on your target goal. President Data F12 says, open quote, for members of the church, education is not merely a good idea, it's a commandment, closing quote. That's why it is important for us to get educated ourselves as is one of the communicate commandments. The more education you have, the more you can do for our community affairs and the more benefit you can get you can get. And also you can choose your job, but not your job choosing you. President Gordon B. Hinckley boldly re-emphasizing the critical need for today's youth to get all the education as possible. Prophets and apostles teach that education is an eternal principle following the Savior comes so that the glory of God is intelligence. In other words, light and truth. In Doctrine and Covenants 130, verse 18, whatever principle of intelligence we attain until in this life, it will rise with us in the resurrection. When we pass away, we can take our house, cars, money, gold, and silver to the other side, but only our knowledge that we can take with us. When we get well educated, we build our dreams instead of building others' dreams. We have good job, we invest more and get more money, but that's not the end of our learning. Lifelong learning is the key for all of us. We still need to learn more and get more education as much as we can. Think bigger that we can do it. With God, everything is possible.